Welcome back to this channel, guys. My name is Connor, and on this episode, we are at a very special location. This week, we are exploring a haunted cemetery. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, why are you at a cemetery? There's no ghosts there. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. In my opinion, I definitely feel and know that there are spirits at cemeteries. If you pass on suddenly and you don't know what happened to you, your spirit could still be lingering on. And that is very likely what happens here. I normally wouldn't do a cemetery, but I have permission to be here. I can't be here all night. We have less than an hour before it really gets dark here, and the sun is already setting. And I took us here because of some of the urban legends that take place. Last month, I was filming here just for TikTok, going live. If you're not already following the Paranormal Encounters TikTok, make sure you are. Right here is the handle for that. We go live and behind the scenes when we're filming episodes. Now, I wouldn't normally film at a cemetery, but again, like I said, there are urban legends here. When I was here a month ago filming for TikTok, one of the lawn care people stopped me, and I thought I was going to get kicked out because I didn't know that you couldn't be filming here or what have you. You actually can, and I started getting to ask her, hey, is there anything weird that happens here when you take care of the lawn here? And she told me some stories that multiple witnesses years ago have witnessed the apparition of a little girl walking across the highway that connects to the cemetery. And she came my direction. Multiple people have seen this, so much so that they thought somebody was walking in front of on the road, and it caused multiple car accidents. Now that to me is credible because there are multiple people that have had the same experience, and I found that kind of creepy because it's like, this cemetery is just outside Battle Creek. We are at the Hicks cemetery, and this place has some other spooky factors to it. There are unmarked graves here. And when I say that, this cemetery is around the 1800s. And when they were putting people to their final rest here, they tried to dig some areas where they actually ran into some human remains being in the ground, people that they didn't put in the ground yet. And so there is an area here at the cemetery where it's just open. It's kind of ominous. And I didn't know that that was the area where somebody was found. And I was running the epoch device, the yes or no device. And when I was live on TikTok, I was basically asking questions. Hey, where do you want me to go? What direction do you want me to go? And the epoch was taking me there. And I said, let me know where you are. And it lit up green at that exact spot. And I had no idea that that was anything of this place going on here. And so I felt that that was really cool. You know, I wanted to come back here and see what we get here when it gets a little dark and see if we can capture the apparition of that girl. I don't think that's going to be something that will happen, but who knows? I don't know anyone that's ever filmed here at night. This is my first cemetery investigation, so we have to keep a lot of things in mind. There are birds, bugs, human nature. There are woods right behind me. I don't know where these woods go to. So there could be animals that will come up in the cemetery when it gets dark here. And we have to keep that in mind if we start doing EVP sessions or anything like that, or hearing crackling noises. There's a lot of environmental factors we have to take into mind, I mean. So I hope you guys are excited for this. This is something very unique. I wanted to give you guys this video this weekend to hold you over until the next weekend. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're liking this video, hit that like button, please. And if you see or hear anything tonight that I might have missed, leave a comment down below. Now, the sun is getting actually right over the hills over there. It's getting a lot darker. I can see the sun setting. Let's get into this investigation and have some paranormal encounters. Okay guys, it is getting increasingly dark here. I decided to go ahead and roll in night vision. We're going to get started on our investigation here, and I'm going to kind of like walk us through this entire area around here. so you guys can kind of see what this cemetery is like. This cemetery is getting increasingly spooky. It's getting more quiet. And I think it's time for us to start seeing if there's any spirits here right now. So I'm gonna flip on some of my stuff here and we're gonna get started. All right, so what we are gonna do though is we're gonna walk the cemetery using the epoch device. Those of you that have seen me use this device know that this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use because this device can't really at all be manipulated. There's no radio interference. It doesn't answer yes or no questions by your voice. It's just a simple little board that just lights up green for yes, red for no. And we're gonna walk through the cemetery using it and see if any spirits here would like to communicate. So here we go. Device is on. All right, if there's any spirits here, my name is Connor. And I'm simply here just to communicate with you. I have this device in my hand that will allow you to answer yes or no questions. Is there anybody here that'd like to speak with me? This device in my hand will not hurt you. Nothing I'm using tonight is going to hurt you at all. It just will allow me to communicate with you. Can you light this up green if I walk to an area where you'll communicate with me at? This tree right here that's in front of me, like fell over. That's the type of noises that I'm talking about that we got to watch out for, because that could be a squirrel in a tree that just knocked over something. Is there anybody here with me right now in this cemetery? My name is Connor. Will you come out and speak with me? All you have to do is light this up green, and I'll know. Back in that area over there, right there, straight ahead, if you guys can see that, is where they've actually witnessed the apparition of a little girl walking across that highway over there coming this way. Multiple people have witnessed it, causing car accidents. Is there a little girl here that people see? Can you come out and talk to me? I didn't realize how hard it is to carry this heavy camera right here while I'm walking. So I apologize if it's kind of shaky when I'm walking, but this is pretty darn difficult. Oop. It's a little bit easier to carry that way. Are any of the Hicks family still here? Your family pretty much founded this cemetery. Yes. Thank you for doing that. First response there. I'm gonna set this epoch down right here at this tombstone. Did I just communicate with a spirit here? Can you let me know by lighting that up green again? Or red if you're not the Hicks family like I was just talking about. It's increasingly creepy over here, guys. I don't know if you can even tell on this camera right now, but it's incredibly eerie. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm not really sure if this is a spirit that's communicating with me. Then it might be just environmental noise. I'm gonna take you guys to the area where they have no graves at, where they have that like plot thing I told you about. Do you know that you passed on here? That you're no longer living in this world? Is there anybody here? I'm not sure if you can hear me or see me. I thought I heard people talking, but that turns out it was just geese flying. Are you in this cemetery or are you in the woods? If you're in the woods, can you light that up red? If you're in the cemetery, can you light this up green, please? These woods behind me are incredibly creepy. I'm really sorry if I'm walking over anybody's headstones. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just here to hopefully talk to somebody. I want to understand what is. Hello? Somebody in the woods? We're gonna have to assume that's an animal. That's really freaking weird. If I'm getting closer to where you are to communicate with me, can you light this up green, please? See, right here where I'm walking at is a big open area. Which, if you guys can see that, it's all right here. That's where the story I was told, where they were basically digging up the ground and they found somebody down here, I guess, some kind of remains of some sort, and they just stopped. They don't bury anybody there. That's also where I took this epoch device at, and I had my only response, where it light up green, telling me that this is the area that they wanted me to go at. Are there any spirit here that'd like to communicate with me? My name is Connor, and I'm just simply here to get to know any of your stories and have a conversation. No? There's no spirit here, huh? Do you just not want to talk to me? Can you light that up green if you want to talk to me? Can you light that up red again? Can you come out and talk to me, please? Okay, guys. I know we got a few hits on the Seabox device, but I've just turned it off. And right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get the REM pod and set up a different device from Ghost Gear, who creates this same device. I don't really use it, to be honest with you. It's more of a hit and miss kind of a thing. But it's called the Paratune. And what this Paratune does is it just basically creates like a field around itself where it's kind of like a motion detector, but it also works in the back somehow. I've tested it out with my family, and it literally somehow works when they were walking behind a door. I don't know how exactly that could work like that, but we're gonna take that out and we're gonna take out the dead bell. I know a lot of people aren't really fans of the dead bell, but we need to see what we can get happening here. And to be on the safe side, so we don't get anybody coming over here while we're trying to film, we're going to go down to the area we were just at in the back, where we first started off at, and we're going to set this devices up over here. It is now dark in the cemetery, and try to communicate with anybody over here. I'm by the woods, and it is increasingly creepy over here by the woods. Let's see what we can get. Okay. We're gonna set this down like right here. So people can turn up the bell all the way up and it would go off, but I always turn mine all the way down. And then what we'll do is we will set up the Paratune. We'll shut that off and turn it back on. The Paratune right there on the ground. Takes about 12 seconds for it to calibrate. And the bell had already went off. We're gonna say that that's just environmental noise. The bell went off again. We're gonna turn that bell down all the way to the lowest sensitivity. There we go. So if the bell does go off, maybe it's something paranormal. There's nothing of any sort of electronics out here, except obviously for my camera. And hopefully somebody can walk over there and communicate with those devices. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna go get the REM pod in a minute here and see if we can get something else to activate over here. All right, spirits, my name is Connor. I'm not sure who you are or if you know that you're passed on. I have two pieces of devices right in front of me that will allow me to hear you. I have a bell there that we call a dead bell. It simply will only make a bell sound and will allow me to hear you. I also have something with a blue light that makes a nice little jingle if you walk in front of that. If there's anybody over here, could you please set one of those devices off for me, please? I would greatly appreciate that. You can even set that off if you want me to leave this area. I just need to see if it actually works out here. If there's spirits out here like people are saying there are. Can you make that device go off for me, please? I would really love it if I had some kind of confirmation that there are people still here. All you have to do is tap that bell. Somebody lit up my epoch a minute ago and said no, and also lit it up green right where these devices are at. If you're the spirit that made that light up green, can you make this device go off for me too, please? This cemetery is really creepy. If you make that bell go off, I'll bring a different device out to talk to you. I just need to know if there's someone here that wants to talk. So all you have to do is light that up real quick. Or tap that bell. Can you do that for me, please? I'm going to give you a few more seconds to see if you can muster up some energy to do that. Okay, so these devices right here are not working right now. Paraton looks like it's not working anyway. So we're gonna take these devices and we're gonna bring out the REM pods, I guess. I'm not really sure what's going on, guys. I was expecting this place to have a little bit more activity, to be honest with you. But it's not really having much luck here right now. We'll have to just try some new methods here. I really have to rely mostly on the epoch device, unfortunately. Just because it's the one that actually works the most out here, because you've got radio interference and all that stuff like that with the police station being nearby. So we're gonna grab this REM pod and we're gonna go walk and go this way, I guess. Something's in those woods over there. All right, now we're making our way to this big open area. This big open area is where they don't have anyone buried at, which is really ominously weird. Okay. Epochs. There we go. Okay. All right, we have now set up the epoch device right there and the REM pod right next to each other. We are standing in an area where I was told there was something or somebody under the ground, and that's why there's no graves right here. I have a device on the ground that we call an epoch device. All it does is it lights up green or red. Green means yes and red means no. Can you tell me if that story is true by lighting up that device green? That's all you have to do. Or you can set off that device right there that has a red light. That will make a noise. That's all it does. None of these devices will hurt you in any way at all. They are simply tools so I can communicate with you. Is there anybody here in this Hicks cemetery? Is there somebody buried below my feet here where there are no graves? There are no markers where I'm standing at. Can you let me know, please? Green means yes and red means no. Keep looking around, guys. I'm trying to make sure there ain't gonna be nobody coming here to kick me out. I got permission, like I said, to be here, but I'm just sketched out. It is incredibly dark here at the cemetery. It's creepy. Is there a story about a little girl that people see here? I heard that it's an urban legend. Is that true? It seems awfully quiet. If I should leave, all you have to do is light that up green, and I will respectfully leave the cemetery and know that you don't want to be bothered. I just need somebody to tell me something, please. Green. It just lit up green. It's kind of funny, it lit up green. I didn't even really get anything here, and it lights up green telling me to leave. Okay, I'm gonna grab my equipment real quick over here. We've stood over here long enough, I feel. Guys, I don't know, you know, like I said, you don't always go to places and it's active. I wanted to do this video so that we could try to have something for you guys for this spooky Saturday. I know that it's always fun to watch something actually happen. And like, this is one of the places where there really isn't anything happening. Doesn't mean that this place isn't actually haunted. It may mean that there's really maybe no spirits here, or it could just mean that they just don't want to talk right now. It is the nighttime. I've been here in the daytime, so I know stuff happens in the daytime because I've seen it happen, and other people have seen it happen. I'm just not really sure what's going on right now. So I'm not really sure how to really do this episode, guys. I really thought it was gonna be a little bit more active. You know, this is a very, very short video if I do make this a video. For that, I apologize, but I wanted to take us, on a little adventure to like a cemetery, because I've never been to a cemetery that's said to be haunted. If I make this a video, I really appreciate you. I hope you at least like this uniqueness of going to a cemetery and just kind of checking out with me, spending the night with me here. I'm trying to bring you guys more content. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, and also please consider subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Channel members see all episodes early, and I want you guys to know I appreciate every single one of you. See you guys next week.